Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gulshan and I am helping you with your spoken English. Today in this video, I am going to talk about the secret of speaking English fluently. I am going to give you the technique you can use to speak English fluently because I have used this technique to my communication skill in English and it has improved my English to a huge extent. And now I want you to speak English very fluently through the technique I am going to tell you in this video. So if you are new here, I want you to subscribe to this channel because I am always coming up with something new on this channel that will help you speak English fluently and effortlessly. This is my guarantee. Let's get started. Now what I want is I want you to think about your mother tongue. I want you to think about how you have learned your mother tongue. Were you paying attention to the grammar rules, to the sentence formation while you were learning your mother tongue? No, you were not paying attention to all the grammar rules that you had to follow in order to speak your mother tongue. You were only taking in the information. That's what you were doing when you were learning your mother tongue. Now what I want is I want you to just do the same with this English language. I want you to learn this language unconsciously. That's my point is. This video is going to teach you how to speak English fluently. This is what you need to do. You need to take the information in English unconsciously. Now, what I want is I want you to listen to English podcast not for the sake of learning English but for the sake of listening English. Let's take an example for that. If I'm watching a podcast in English, I will not watch that podcast to learn English. Rather, I will watch that podcast to gain the information from that podcast. Your goal should not be to learn English from watching English. Your goal should be to just listen English. Your goal should be to just take in the information. This is called unconscious learning. This is how you will become fluent in any language. This is how people become fluent. This is called unconscious learning. This is how you have learned your mother tongue. When you were learning your mother tongue, you were not paying attention to the grammar, to the sentence structure, but you have managed to learn it without doing all of technical things. Now you have to do the same with this English language. Now you have to take as much information as possible in this English language, and listening plays a huge role in that. You have to listen to English as much as possible. You have to take in the information and your unconscious learning will take care of itself. It will make you a fluent speaker. It will help you speak fluent English. It will help you speak effortless English. And now let's talk about what you should be doing to become a good and effortless speaker in English. I will talk about two things that I do every single day to improve my English. The first thing, I listen to English music as much as possible. I listen to English podcast as much as possible. And again I'm telling you, I am not listening to English music or English podcast for the sake of learning English. I am listening to this for the sake of listening. That's I am watching something in English to learn the information in that. I am listening to something to gain information, not to learn English. Your goal should be to just listen to English. If you are watching a movie, your goal should be to understand that movie. Your goal shouldn't be to learn English from that movie. If you do so, you will not be able to speak English fluently. Your unconscious learning will take care of that. You just have to listen to English music. You just don't have to learn English. You just have to listen English as much as possible. You have to listen every single day. This is where you have to feed your mind with something positive every single day, with English podcast, with new words. You have to introduce your mind to new things every single day. That's how you will develop unconscious learning. Now let's talk about the second thing. Second thing is about active listening. What is active listening and what is passive listening? Passive listening is when you just listen to English, you just listen to English, but you are not using whatever you are learning in your daily conversation. And now what I want you to do, I want you to speak whatever you are learning. Let's say I am watching a cartoon now my job is not to watch only that cartoon but repeat the things that are being said in that cartoon. If I do so, I will learn any language very quickly. So try active listening, like you are listening and you are speaking at the same time, you are repeating things, and this will make you fluent very quickly. That's what I have done to become a fluent speaker in English. I can express my thoughts easily. So if you found this video any helpful, I want you to hit the like button, and I also want you to subscribe to this channel, because I am always coming up with something new that will help you speak English fluently and effortlessly.